Now look around at who's in your life. The clerk at the grocery store, the attendant at the gas station, the friend at the gym. They're not there by accident. They need what you have. They need encouragement. They need affirmation. They need to know that you believe in them. Don't keep the healing to yourself. Be free with your compliments. A blessing is not a blessing until it's spoken. Your thoughts don't bless anybody. You can think well of your friend all day long, but if you never tell them, they'll never know. When I see Victoria, many times I think she is so beautiful. But it's easy for me to think she knows she's beautiful. People have been telling her she's beautiful her whole life. I told her last week she's beautiful. She doesn't need to hear it again. I've learned, even though she knows it, tell her anyway. Do you know, she has never once said to me, Joel, quit telling me I'm beautiful. I know I'm beautiful. My parents told me as a child. No matter how many times you complimented a person, when that thought comes up, tell them again. That's God bringing it up. You don't know what they're going through. You don't know the battles they're fighting, the people trying to push them down. God wouldn't have brought it up if He didn't want you to tell them. These days, it's easier than ever. If they're not there in person, you can send them a text. Hey, I want you to know I love you and I think you're beautiful. The scripture says, a gentle tongue brings healing. When we think of healing, many times we think of praying for people for healing. And yes, that's one way. But what I want us to see is your words have healing. When you're kind, when you're encouraging, when you don't just think something good, but you verbalize it, you're being a healer. It's amazing what one kind word can do. We don't think anything about it, but to the other person, it breathes life into their spirit. A few years ago, Victoria was walking down the hallway after a service on her way upstairs. There were hundreds of people in the hallways, very crowded. But a young lady came passing by, going the other direction. Victoria happened to notice her. She stopped her and said, "You are so beautiful." Just a 5-second conversation, and they moved on. No big deal. It seemed like that Victoria was just being nice, just being kind. But God wouldn't have given you that compliment. He wouldn't have put that thought in you if the other person didn't need it. You may not know them. It may not make sense to you, but God knows what He's doing. There's a reason they need your healing. If you saw someone that was sick, they were fighting an illness, and you had the cure, you had the medicine that would cause them to get well, you would be quick to get it to them. You go over as fast as you could. Here, take this right now. I don't want you to suffer anymore. That's the way you need to see your compliments, your kind words, your encouragement. It's the healing that people need. Don't withhold it. Don't try to reason it out. Well, they look like they're doing fine, Joel. They don't need my encouragement. You're looking on the outside. You don't know what's happening on the inside. I've learned everyone is going through something. Even the people that look like they have it all together, that are so happy, so blessed, so strong, can I tell you, they don't have it all together. There's always something that they're dealing with. A couple of months later, this young lady showed up in the visitor's reception. She said to me, "Victoria will never know what she did for me that day." She told how she had gone through a bitter divorce. She felt so unattractive, so beaten down. Every voice told her she wasn't worth anything, that she would never love again. She said, when Victoria looked me in the eyes and said, "You are so beautiful," it was like strongholds were broken in my mind. All of a sudden, that depression lifted off of her. She had a new perspective. She realized, I'm still beautiful. I'm still a child of the Most High God. I'm still fearfully and wonderfully made. For the next couple of months, anytime she was tempted to be discouraged, she would replay that phrase over and over, "You are so beautiful." We don't understand the power of a simple compliment. The power of, I believe in you. You're going to make it. Great things are in store. Victoria thought she was just being kind. She didn't realize there were healing in her words. God had already ordained those words to help push that young lady past the hurts, past the injustice, into the new beginning that God had in store. And your words may seem ordinary to you, but when God breathes on them, they become extraordinary to the other person. Somebody today needs your healing words. Somebody won't get past the depression without you speaking blessings over them. Somebody will give up on a dream. They'll get talked out of God's best unless you step up and encourage them. Will you be a healer? Will you use your words to lift people?